Hi everyone, it is my pleasure to share you some of my ideas on the lessons from the coronavirus pandemic and the role that Institute of Finance and Sustainable Development can play in the future. This current coronavirus pandemic is a crisis we have never experienced before. One of the most important lessons we should learn from this current virus crisis is that we should no longer ignore the warning signs from the nature. The nature has been giving us many warning signs through climate change, air pollution, and ecological system destruction. But we have been ignoring and we have been continuing our unsustainable development paradigm. Even though we are suffering the coronavirus at the moment, we should think about what we should do to prepare after the coronavirus pandemic is gone. We should be prepared how to design our new future after the coronavirus pandemic is gone. We cannot simply repeat the mistake of the past. We should think about the future in advance, and we should be prepared to design our green and healthy future for sustainable development. In planning green and healthy sustainable development future, I believe we should learn from the coronavirus pandemic that the role of the public sector has to be played more stronger. We can no longer just rely on free market and the private sector to design our green and healthy sustainable development future. For that, I believe Russia has a very strong tradition of the role of the public sector. Because of this traditional background, I think Russia is in a better position to design green and healthy sustainable development future. As you can see around the world, many countries are showing very different responses and coping mechanisms. But one of the lessons I learned from this coronavirus pandemic response is that the countries that have invested heavily and prepared well, public health system is coping much better than those who have been relying on private health system and ignoring and under-investing public health system. One of the good examples is the Korea and Germany that have been invested a lot in public health system. Other countries such as the United States that have been relying very heavily on private hospitals and private medical insurances, showing that people are suffering a lot more and the country is suffering a lot more deaths and fatalities, not only in the United States but many countries around the world, with the private sector's role is suffering more. This is a very important lesson that public sector has to play a better role in designing our future after the coronavirus pandemic is gone. For this, I would like to suggest that the Institute of Finance and Sustainable Development should play a very important role in pioneering and exercising intellectual leadership in leading Russia to a sustainable development strategies. I have been very much impressed by the strong support and motivation by the faculty of the Institute of Finance and Sustainable Development to promote the sustainable development in Russia. I very much look forward to working very closely with our faculty members and students in the Institute of Finance and Sustainable Development for the better future and the green and the healthy future of Russia and possibly for the country around the world. Thank you very much for your attention.